and saying, here are our options. We can reveal the bullier. We can go and talk to the school. You know, I want you to be a part of the decision-making process about this to a point, because the child is probably likely always going to say, don't do anything about it. I'll just keep suffering. But I don't know that I would say, and this would also depend on the age of the child, and but I would want to be doing that along with the child, because the second round of isolation and revenge bullying that occurs as a result of being the narc is unbelievable, and largely, and will be driven even more underground because folks know that they are being watched. So that also, though, does remind me of one other thing that I did not say. If you want a really depressing but realistic view of kind of where culture is moving with technology, there are three or four films I would recommend in addition to The Death. One is Catfish. Don't learn anything about it beforehand, just watch it. It's now been out for several years, and it's been shown to be accurate and true. One is Her. So Her is about an individual who falls in love with his operating system. I think we are actually that's a very accurate and telling film. Don John is a film about the impact of porn, and I think it tells the story of this generation better than any other film. And then Robot and Frank. Robot and Frank kind of is the story of an individual who is aging and dealing with some early onset dementia, and his children bring in a robot instead of a caregiver, and then he's faced with the difficulty that his most intimate attachment is with this cyber being. It's a very profoundly interesting and thought-provoking ethical film about where we are. Yes.
Okay, two-part question. I think we all can agree that technology has had a huge impact on our society. What findings has there been in what we see in other countries as opposed to the United States? Second part of that question is the content of what we release in the United States in our television programming, music, and the like. You know, could it be that we are overemphasizing technology that perhaps we aren't seeing in other countries?
I think that is absolutely true. I think there's a huge divide. A lot of the research that is coming out of the U.S. is replicated in countries like, or you can find replicating research in countries like the U.K., Scandinavian countries are doing a lot of research there, and their usage looks similar. But there is the great divide, and I think it's becoming greater and greater. And we don't have a realistic picture because huge parts of the globe are still not connected digitally and are not seeing an impact. So I think we're very biased, and I'm sure I am very biased. So I appreciate that question. Thank you. Which is also why I want